Hey everybody, Frank from A.G.E Outdoors here. Today I think we're going to have a little bit of a longer video because I'm going to give you a walk around on the frame, which I currently have flipped on its side, and show you some interesting things that I discovered. First off, as you've heard me before state, I have a TJ that is an LJ. History and accident records from it show that at some point in time around 2000, 2001, it was totaled and it was hit in the rear. It looks like it was a buyback, maybe an auction or something. Somewhere down in Ohio is, to my understanding, northern Ohio, it was rebuilt. Michigan, when I got plates on it, they were even able to see that it has an assembly title, which is odd because I thought Michigan did a different colored title. I know oranges are repairs. This one still has a green title. But I also know that you can title wash through certain states, which a lot of times you don't get your history if you're just going off your title color. So, backstory on mine, it's a 98 TJ is how it's titled. It is an 04 LJ tub. I'm almost positive it's an aftermarket tub. It was painted with bed liner, never prepped. And part of the reason why I'm gonna sand it, strip it, prime it, and repaint it while we're down. Frame, I was told, was an aftermarket frame. That is not the case. What I have discovered, if I'd known before I got this far into it, I might have looked for another frame or scratch built. The front half is a 98 TJ, the back half is an 04 LJ that was very poorly spliced. I'm going to show you what I just discovered. I have an 1.5-inch crack in the frame, which I'm going to patch. My goal here for this is get it back together the way it is. I know the frame's out of square by about 1/2 inch. Not noticeable underweight. It's only noticeable when I start removing things, like with the tub on it, couldn't tell. With the tub off and the motor in it, I really couldn't tell until I put it on jack stands and there was a little bit of a rock. Remove all the weight, and yeah, once I square it up, I'm about 1/2 inch out of square corner to corner. For my use, I'll be okay. But it also means that down the road, this Jeep will probably get a frame swap, and we'll cross that bridge. So I'm going to take you along and show you what's going on. So we're going to head into the garage today. Instead of just doing a first-person view, this is going to be a spliced together video just to kind of give you some ideas of what's happening. So as you can see, I've got the frame flipped up on her side so I can do some work to it. Lots of impurities in the material I've been fighting with. But this here is what I want to show you. If you look, right along here is a vertical weld and a cross-cut weld over to, come on camera, play with me, all the way over to here, which you can see there's an additional weld down here. That is a crack. It goes 1/2 inch, at least 1.5 inches to 3/4 of an inch, 1.75 inches up the frame. My intention is I'm going to cut probably from here all the way over to about here out of the frame. And I have some 2.5 3/16 wall box tube that I'm going to C-cut and put in there. I've got a repair here where it was a hodgepodge repair where the old lower control arm, short arm, I've got one there that's going to get the same. I've got a really gnarly one right here. This is all going to get cut out and redone as well. Yeah. So what I know is front body mounts forward is 98 TJ. Even the coating on the frame's different. One section's more of a tarry paint. The other's more of a powder coat. It's been a nightmare because some of it is so impregnated into the frame that trying to clean it up to get some clean welds. I'm not worried about my welds failing. Yes, some of my welds are a bit uglier than I would want them to be if it was a showpiece. But at the end of the day, I'm building this as something to use. And I also know that down the road, the frame will probably get swapped out again. At that point in time, it might just be I buy a moto-built front, moto-built rear, splice the middle, and just scratch build a frame. This will get me back on the trail for this season. I'm not going to worry about it failing after I'm done because it is going to be repaired, any place that I think it needs a fish plate, it will get a fish plate. But I kind of wanted to show you that. So after showing you what we got going on and whatnot, I was going over a couple things, called Talk to a Buddy. The out of square in the frame, now that I know what I've got for a crack and looking at the way it was sitting on the floor, kind of wondering if the frame was splaying out a little bit. I don't know. But again, for what the purpose of the Jeep is and the fact that this isn't being rebuilt to be a resell, this is being rebuilt to be my Jeep, it'll do the purpose. I'm either gonna source a new frame down the road, buy an aftermarket frame, or maybe I go with a moto build one. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? I get this all back together, painted. If there's nothing noticeable about it, I'll wheel it the way it is for the time being, because, well, it is a Jeep, and we all know Jeep projects are never done. I keep saying this is its final build, and then I started snowballing and planning for 1-tons and maybe some other axle. I got this harebrained idea of using trail gear Toyota axles underneath the Jeep. Most people are going, ah! But you get it. It's a Jeep. I mean, it's at least stayed all Jeep Chrysler parts, though. I mean, right now it's an XJ high pinion 30. It's an LJ 44 rear. It's a ZJ 318 automatic. So for the most part, it's all Jeep still, which is kind of surprising. By this point in time, somebody's usually throwing an LS or an LT or an LSX or sometimes even a Coyote in them. But no, it's still Jeep. And again, it'll do what I want it to, and it's not like it's going to really look bad. I mean, things are getting cleaned up. I'm not worried about the welds failing. There is something in the metal in a lot of places. Doesn't matter how much sanding, how much cleaning I do notice a little bit of just some kickback. Usually I just got to turn it up, burn through it. But yeah, and as you can see, we're a sloppy, muddy, ucky mess here in Michigan still. But yeah, I just figured I'd do a quick video. My March 14th video, I don't know if it's made it up. Something went awry in the video because for some reason my little RC crawler video went up. But I've now tried to upload my March 14th video on 2 occasions, and last I checked, it didn't go through. So I'm guessing I got a glitch on my end. But this one here, like I said, this is instead of just doing the stand here and talk, I figured I'd show you some stuff. And the good news is you're probably going to get a couple more videos here really quick in succession, because weather's getting warmer. And I'm down to about 6 to 7 weeks to try and get this finished, because I still have full intention of making the Jeep Blessing with it. So, like always, keep on aging.